Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I was just hanging out here, and I decided to jump on here for a minute and do a quick video. Today has been an interesting day. A lot of numbing, a lot of deforming to my face, to my skull. I am actually feeling less and less of my own real true consciousness from my brain being injured so damn much for the past 3 years. And this is the whole point. In hopes that I forget, so I am not talking about this. In hopes that I forget, so I'm not bringing attention to this. In hopes that I forget, so everybody involved will be able to continue getting away with the crimes that they have been committing, including my eventual disappearing as O.P.P boss, wanted inmate, sex offender, human trafficking piece of shit, William Bill Wooldridge, 149 Center Street North. He's a co-offender to O.P.P. He is the boss to O.P.P. They answer to him. He is untouchable. He is unarrestable. Highly psychotic, highly delusional. Thinks that he is me because he is using remote neuromonitoring on me, and also thinks that he is Harry Potter. The guy is in a permanent meth psychosis. He is highly delusional, and this what makes him a perfect person to use for O.P.P. revenge retaliation crimes against me. But in the process, when I've been talking about being sex assaulted and everything by staff sergeants, it's just an interesting turn of events that happened. I just found out that there's a female staff sergeant here that I did not know about now. Obviously, they are not involved in any way, shape, or form. So, these were men. And Lennox and Addington Hospital, Dr. Barton is well aware of it, because after it happened, I went to him and I tried to get help, and he laughed it off, laughed in my face over it. He even showed pictures of my underwear afterwards covered in blood from being ripped because of this. And I was still laughed at. Just said, still don't prove nothing. So, fuck you. And that was all about covering up for O.P.P. The whole right side of my face is completely and totally numb. Right now, I am getting broadcasted through from remote neuromonitoring by Blair Hardy, who is allegedly in jail. But the thing is, he is a co-offender to O.P.P. Spencer Mills. He is a co-offender to staff sergeants. He is a co-offender to ex-chief Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Robert King, Stacy, and Shelley Hafner, mental health workers and cops. So, if that is the case, he is in there still using this on me, and all he needs is a cell phone or computer, a cell either given to him by a guard, one of the cops, or one that he had hooped up his ass. He is co-drug trafficker, he is co-human trafficker, and he is involved with doing this to me in my identity theft. I have been pretty much right brain lobotomized. I've had my skull completely and totally split. I had not gotten any help for it. I was not allowed to go to the hospital at the time when that happened, because I was falsely charged under false pretenses for me wanting to bring charges and arresting against doctors. So in the meantime, they took it upon themselves to co-conspire to deflect, to do it to me. I've been trying to get arrested, I've been trying to get medical help, and I've been getting stopped every step of the way. Why? Because I have Wooldridge's prisoner tracking onto me. They use that for stalking, and they will use that for framing. I also have the remote neuromonitoring use on me and broadcasted through me, which will them me read as him for this. He's been untouchable. He's been unarrestable. They will not touch him because they need to finish this. And I guarantee you they will be making their move illegally on me soon over this. And I'm saying this without paranoia. I've had lies against me stating that I've been suicidal, and none of it is true. I am 100% life. I am wood. I am wood. I am life tree. There is no death or wanting to die in me. So, 100% bullshit. I've been called a self-harmer. I have no need to self-harm myself. I love myself, so, that's 100% bullshit. But it was told by certain people who believed it at the time, and I had long hair. I do have tattoos, so, these people automatically assume the lies that were told against me. Lies against me of being, like I said, suicidal, self-harmer, lies of being on drugs. Well, everybody who knows me, truly knows me, knows I'm against drugs, that I have no use for them in any way, shape, or form. I've lost too many friends and family because of it. Now, I'm not saying that I have not done it in the past, and that's well over 12 years ago, and that's where it's staying. So, but in the meantime, I am still having this happen to me. My skull has still been completely and totally deformed. I have lost a lot of my skull from all the deforming and it being burned out of my head. I have pictures where I even can show where I've gotten so much electric shock that I've had spider veins, blood vessels burned from my skull, and I can show it. My head right now is completely flat and it's filled out right here. I'm having air going through me or something, a fluid going through my body. It chokes me up every single morning. I spend at least an hour trying to get this shit out of my body, coming off my lungs, coming out of my nose, coming up through my kidneys. And it's pretty disgusting. So this is what's going on with me, and this is all through that remote neuromonitoring and the other crap that these fucking bastards are doing while they're high. Using this on me, thinking that it's a game. They probably think that it is a game, like virtual reality or something, not realizing that it is actual real, and they are actually committing murders, which suits O.P.P fine, because that's two birds, one stone, right? Anything happens to me, O.P.P, Spencer Mills, Staff Sergeants, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, Shelley Hafner, and ex-chief, you are all guilty or will be guilty of murder. You're guilty of my identity theft, and you will be guilty of everything else. You're guilty of having my mother murdered. And I was told yesterday that this happened to me, that I should just forget about it and let bygones be bygones. There's nothing I can do to let it go and move on. I don't fucking think so. I'm having my life stolen. I'm having my identity stolen so cops can get back to human trafficking. So they can get back to framing, so they can get back to fucking children, so they can get back to selling. Yes, I am a human trafficking victim from O.P.P. I was sold through them to their boss, William Wooldridge. And it was done through Spencer Mills, ex-chief and staff sergeant, and the rest named. The doctors that cover up for them here for the last 3 years is Tatiana V., Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. McGregor, Dr. Barton, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Ambimbola, Dr. Sue, Dr. Fardell, triage nurse Tanya, triage nurse Terry, and triage nurse David. Last time, before I got kicked out, I went to the hospital and Terry tried to lock me in a room and started bullshit on me. So, which I don't appreciate because I told him to get away from me because he was a dangerous person. So, my skull's been completely fucking deformed. Congratulations, thank you, and I am the last in my bloodline, O.P.P, so You are guilty of murdering a bloodline, you pieces of shit, for your revenge for Tyler Lake, who's unarrestable, Jabin Alstein, who's unarrestable, Hardy, of course, Wooldridge, of course, Ray, Sam, Hope Mills, Michelle, Ali Cooper, Bucktooth Bob, and all the other ones you have using this on me for you to do this to me in hopes to mentally fuck me up, in hopes that you'll have a justifiable reason to do whatever you plan on doing, my framing and everything else. Why you're buying time, lies, cover-ups, arrest refusals, except for on me, to deflect everything back to me. So, let this be a lesson, people. This is what happens to people who speak of police crimes here in Napanee. You become a victim that they will get away with, and they're also guilty of having my mother stalked and murdered as well. So I hope everybody sees this. Be safe. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching and share. It is very important. Life and death is a matter of fact. Thank you very much.